Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get into this, what I think is a really good video, let's talk about Huawei App Gallery, because there's just over a week left for this coupon where you can get 30% off anything that you spend in World of Tanks Blitz. But not just that. Other than the 30% off, you will also get 5% back in Huawei points. Now, this offer is running from the 1st of the 1st until the 31st of the 3rd. So just over or around about a week left for you to get this coupon. Really good coupon, definitely worth downloading Huawei App Gallery just to save money. You're going to save money, and not just that, you're going to get money back or points back in your Huawei account that you can spend on anything using Huawei App Gallery. The links are in the description below. Click the link, get your coupons, and save yourself some money. Head over to Huawei App Gallery Discord if you do need any help. Yeah, easy as that. Links are in the description. Back to today's video. In today's video, we are going to look at a tank you should never ever buy. It is absolutely awful. It's shockingly bad. Never buy it. And it's one of those tanks that we don't care if it never ever comes for sale again. Of course, we are talking about the T44-100. Now, we are going to be making a few of these videos where we do look at really bad premium tanks that you should just stay away from. Do not waste your money on these tanks. Of course, I am only looking at it from my perspective, my opinion. You may absolutely love the tank, but I'm just talking about it from my my perspective. So the T44-100, one of the worst premium tanks in Tier 8, and never ever buy it. So we're going to look at the stats, and then we're just going to get into some really bad gameplay with the tank. So the armor, 120 on your turret, 90 on your hull. Now, you do actually have spaced armor on the side, which can be very useful, especially if you are coming up against things like T49s, because they won't be able to penetrate you from the side on if they shoot your tracks with heat, because it's just going to splash, and if they use HE, it's going to do minimal amount of damage, or it could ammo rack you. Yeah, it's one of those that it's very, very frustrating, very easy to ammo rack. Overall, just a bad tank. DPM 2062. Now, we are running this with calibrated shells because we need all the penetration we could get. Reload is 8.15. Penetration is 189 on your AP, 247 on your APCR, and 55 on your HE. The damage, you've got a 280 alpha gun, 240 on your APCR, and 350 on your HE. Aim time 3.7, not great. Gun dispersion 0.317, yeah, not too bad. And it only has 5 degrees of gun depression, which is really, really bad. And honestly, it sucks. And it's got me killed a couple of times where I'm on a sort of a ridge, and I'm trying to back up enough to get my gun down, and I've just got absolutely deleted. The top speed is 51 kilometers per hour as well. So we're just going to get into a couple of gameplays. I mean, if you look at the latest, I've tried getting some replays, and honestly, I just couldn't. Most of them games, I literally did like 300, 500, 800, not even like 1,000 damage. And honestly, it was very, very, very painful. I really don't enjoy playing this tank. I like the T44, but the T44-100, I don't like the camouflage as well, the legendary camouflage, the Hellfire. Some people might like them, I guess, and that's up to them. But yeah, the T44-100 Hellfire. It makes it sound like a really good tank, but yeah, it really is not. You're not going to bounce a lot either. Again, you might get the lucky troll bounce if you are in the sort of hold down position, if you're very lucky, or if people are shooting sort of heat at the side of you. But other than that, you're not going to get anything. Honestly, never buy the tank. It is a complete waste of money. Luckily, it doesn't come for sale that often. It really, really doesn't. And even with me running calibrated shells, I find myself really struggling to penetrate certain tanks frontally, even with APCR. And honestly, it's like you've got to get around them. You've got to use the mobility. Even though it's got a 51 kilometer top speed, your average is just above 30. So you're not not gonna get that 51 that often. And again, easy to ammo rack, and yes, it's just stay away. Do not buy the tank. Honestly, it really does suck. And I think for me, if it just had a little bit more gun depression, so you can get on them ridge lines a lot easier and get your gun down sort of 5 degrees. So if it had sort of 7 or 8 degrees of gun depression, then I think it'd actually be a half decent tank. But yeah, for me, it just needs that gun depression. I'm not too bothered about the armor. I'm not too bothered about anything else. But yeah, I really, really would love that gun depression. And as you can see, we are going to struggle to penetrate this elephant. I know it's got good armor. I know I've sort of upped the tank in my recent video, but come on. Using APCR, I should still be able to penetrate the front of that guy. And I do in the end, but I struggle. I really do struggle. So I'm not going to go into him. I'm going to wait. Look, I mean, from here, no, can't penetrate at all. So I do wait for him to come down. And then here we are going to switch to the APCR, I think. And look, I mean, as soon as he turns, we only just penetrated him. But yeah, really, really bad. Really, really bad. Again, it isn't a tank that comes for sale very often, like hardly ever, to be honest, and that's a good thing. That really is a good thing that this tank don't come for sale. When it does come for sale, it does usually come cheap, like what, sort of 5,000 gold, something like that. So it's not like it comes for sale for 10,000 gold or any sort of even near that. It does come for sale for quite cheap. So that's the only positive thing about the tank is. It is fairly cheap, and if it does come, usually it does come with another tank that you can get in a bundle for around sort of 10,000 gold for 2 tanks. But even with the bundle, you know, I'm never ever going to recommend this tank, even knowing how cheap the tank can be, because it is going to be one of those tanks that you play, and if you chase mastery badges, you might chase the mastery badge, and then that's it. That is all you're going to do, honestly. Other than that, it's going to stay in your garage, and you're never, ever going to play the tank. If you want to play a tank like it, just might as well play the T44. The T44 is better, much, much better than this tank. So let me know in the comments below, do you actually like the T44 100? Are you one of the few that likes this tank? Or are you in the same boat as me that it's just an absolutely shockingly bad tank that no one should ever buy? Wargaming, just remove it. You know, no one will miss the tank. And that's the thing. If Wargaming did remove this tank from the game, would you miss it? No one at all would miss this tank. Literally nobody. So get rid of it. Get rid of tanks like this that are just really, really bad and replace them with something at least half decent. Not with something that is overpowered, of course, because then we'll be complaining the opposite way. But, you know, at least half decent, or make this half decent, because at the minute it isn't half decent at all. So there we go. Leave it in the comments below. Are you one of those that do enjoy this tank? I'd love to know if there is anyone out there that really loves the tank. Leave it in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am meadsy69, and I will catch you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.